Hello, everyone. Today we are going to be talking about theme. So, what is theme? I'm sure you've heard this word and maybe you think it's the topic or the subject of a text, but there's more to theme than just topic or subject. So, theme is the central message or deeper meaning of a piece of literature. If I were to sum this up, it would basically be, what is the author trying to teach me? What lesson can I take away from the text that I have just read? So even movies and films and TV shows have themes also. So if you take a look at some of these Disney movies, which I'm sure you've seen at least maybe two or three of them on the list, if not all of these have themes, all of them. There's always a lesson that you can learn from a Disney movie, right? So when we're looking at theme, we know that you have to know the subject in order to determine what the theme is, but theme is not just the subject, okay? Theme is not just the subject. So subjects could be love, hard work, friendship, but what is the message the author is trying to get across based on that subject? So love conquers all, hard work pays off, friendship brings success. So those would be the message. The subject would just be the abstract topic that that text is covering. So how do I find the theme? Before you can even think about finding the theme, you have to understand the plot of the story. What is the story about? How do the author develop the characters? What are the different events that lead up to the resolution? Why are those events important? Okay. Once you've understood the plot of the text, you need to be able to identify the subject. So is it about hard work? Is it about good versus evil? Is it about love? Is it about jealousy? And sometimes, often, text will have more than one subject, okay? And it's okay for a text to have more than one theme. So once you've done steps 1 and 2, the last thing you need to do is determine the author's thoughts on the subject. So based on what you've read, what inferences can you make about what the author thinks about that particular topic? And it's very rare that the author's just going to come out and tell you what it is. You're always going to have to infer and figure it out. What is the author trying to tell me? What message is the author trying to send? What do they think about this topic? What lesson can I gain from this? How can I apply this to life? So let's look at Cinderella. It's a pretty common story. So what is the plot of Cinderella? So Cinderella's a young, kind girl. She's left in the care of her evil stepmother after her father's death. She sneaks into a royal ball and happens to meet the prince, who falls in love with her. The prince searches for Cinderella using a glass slipper and finally finds her. The two marry, and she gets to leave her evil stepmother and her stepmother's daughters. So that's a quick overview of the plot, right? So, what is the subject? So, we have multiple subjects within this story. So, we have good versus evil, we have chance or luck, and we have kindness. So, based on those subjects and the plot of the story, what does the author think about them? So, I was able to come up with three themes. I'm sure there may be more subjects, but this is just kind of the basic so you can get the point on how to do this. So, I was able to come up with good conquers evil, chance encounters can be life changing, and kindness is the best policy. Now, when I was coming up with these, I was able to use different instances from Cinderella to develop the message that I believe the author was trying to send to the reader. So, good versus evil, you have Cinderella, and then you have her stepmother and her stepmother's daughters who are very evil. They treat her like she's a maid. Then you have chance. Cinderella meets the prince on a chance encounter, which does change her life. And then you have kindness. Despite despite how evil and rude Cinderella's stepmother and her stepsisters are, Cinderella is still very kind to them. And at the end, it pays off, and she ends up marrying the prince and living her happily ever after life. So all of those top or all the messages that I was able to gain from the subjects were all supported by evidence from the story. So you can't just come up with messages without being able to support it based on the different events that happened in the story. Okay, guys, I hope that helped you out on understanding what theme is. Happy learning. Have a good rest of the day.